And yeah, it does come down to the ability of the driver and certain groups. But at the end of the day, you as the organization, you have to understand that you can't think that a dude that's never driven before is going to come out and he's going to run around the track in 44 seconds. It's not going to happen. It's going to take him like a minute and 20 seconds because he's trying to figure shit out. But then if you don't have like the right staff there to get in the car and instruct or help out, and you don't have like a good community, it's never going to work. It's going to continue being a shit show. Like if you're just running events, letting dudes go and they're just running,
Yeah.
it's going to be a shit show. It's your responsibility to have that format and have that entire yearly agenda for your organization. It's your responsibility for that one event that you're running that your track staff understands like, hey, this is the event schedule, and you're helping out where you need to. And then it's your responsibility to, in a way, to look at that driver, have pride that is one of your drivers at your events and push him to that next level or get him the help that he needs. And I think that's one of the things that's made us successful is that we have dudes that are always willing to jump in cars with dudes and help them out. Or, hey, man, we're going to have like Mike Fiak, ex-Formula Drift driver at this event. Hey, dude, we have a dude that has an RX-8. He can't link this track. Do you mind getting in here with him and giving him some like beginner pointers, amateur pointers? You know what I'm saying? So it's like things like that I think that an organization really should really think about, So like if dudes are sitting there like, oh, man, I could run this event. It's simple. No, dude, think about all of this other shit that you have to do and then think about and have some pride and understand that the drivers that are coming out there, if they're fucking brand new, they truly don't know what the fuck to do on the track,
Yeah, and I feel like that kind of happens with a lot of the first time drivers, or maybe have done like one of their like super local events, and this is the time, like the first time they're, well, I should say not local events, like a skid pad event, and now this is the first time they're going to be like actually on a track. And um it's really nice to, because when I first started, I definitely had one of my friends that was a driver hop in my car, sit left or right seat with me, and kind
Oh
of give
yeah.
me the rundown of like how to do it. And then he drove my car. He's like, "Here, this is where you need to do this. This is where you need to do that," and kind of
Yep.
walked me through it. And I watched him how he taught me kind of how I should be driving the course and where I should be putting in more input to the car, or putting more power down, or putting more angle, and kind of figuring out where I was. And it's always really nice to have that kind of guide on trying to figure out the track, or at least like getting the experience to become a better driver, because you're going to learn a lot better, or you're going to learn faster and get better quicker if you just shut the fuck up and like listen to somebody that knows what they're doing.
Absolutely. No, I agree. But you're gonna have dudes that don't listen, right? And
Yeah.
it takes them like 5 years to learn, or after that first year, they're like, oh man, I'm not good at drifting and people aren't liking my Instagram photos, and then they fucking disappear. So you'll have that. I mean, that churn exists. And as a drift organizer, you kind of see that. You see the guys that are registering for events and stuff like that. But again, it just comes down, man, like, to the entire drift community. I'll say this, like, if you're one of those old school dudes, quit being fucking grumpy, help out some of these like newer guys, man. Fuck. Or, if you're just one of those guys that's been driving for, 3-4 years and you understand what's going on, give pointers, give pointers to those new guys. I think the more guys are shredding, the funner this is going to be,
Yeah.
and that's the fun part. Like, for example, for like No Star Bash, dude, to be honest, Mike, it's like, it's my favorite time, like around 2 or 3 p.m. when like, Dan Perlin finds like, my operations guy and Thomas Lank, aka T Diddy, when they say like, yo, it's time, like on the radio, you're like, oh shit, hell yeah, like it's time, like go get your beer, like get your pizza, like these dudes are about to start shredding, and that just means they're about to start hot lapping, and it's beautiful when you see about 20 fucking dudes, just fucking drifting. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
beautiful. it is beautiful to watch, and it's like, fuck, these dudes are badass, man. And it's just one of my favorite times, I think, in drifting. It's like when you see all these guys just driving, and you're just like, yeah, this guy fucking 6 years ago fucking sucked. You know what I'm saying? But like
Yeah.
he stuck with it, man, and he mastered it, and I think that's the one beautiful thing that this motorsport gives us. I think is that those shred sessions, man. That you get out of the car and you feel really good about it, and even if you're on the sidelines watching, you're like, damn, that was cool, right? Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, like. And then you might get this stupid ass idea of like, man, I'm gonna buy a car now and I'm gonna make it out to an event. So that's how it starts.